All right, what's going on, everybody? Erock here, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today's video, I'm going to go over my Season 9 or Season Legacy ALC settings. I've been working on these for a little bit. I keep saying I'm not going to make any more because I'm comfortable with just how things feel and how things are. And I continue to figure out new settings that make me feel and play a little better. So we're going to go over those here today. They're a little bit different. Disclosure, if you guys do not like these settings, I've made, I think, 3 or 4 other videos already. In each video that I put out, I feel like it can be for a different sort of play style. So if you like slower sensitivities, I've done previous videos with slower sensitivities. I've done videos with medium sensitivities, a little bit higher sensitivities, and different response curves. So if this one doesn't work for you, go back in the channel. There's probably 3 or 4 other options for you, different everything. So give those a chance if you guys do not like this one. So without further ado, the first item of business here is dead zone. I would not copy everyone's dead zone that you put in this game. This isn't like Call of Duty where everyone puts the same one. This is based off of how your controller is. So for instance, if you have like a brand new controller, either 0 or 3% is where you probably want to be. I have a brand new controller, so I'm at 3%. What dead zone is, so if you're just looking out into the distance, just aiming like this, if your controller is not moving at all, you can move your dead zone percentage lower. If it is moving like this or something, or if it's a little bit quicker like this, without you touching it, that's when you want to increase the percentage. So, yeah. Outer threshold, I leave mine at 2%. This is basically if you use any extra yaw or pitch settings, and I personally do not use any extra, which is why I just leave this at default. Response curve. If you leave this at 10 or the default, this is the same settings as classic. It's more of, I wouldn't say a stickier movement, but it's just more fluid, more smooth of just how the default settings are. The further to the right of this setting is, I don't even know what they're called. It's like steady or something. I don't even know. I don't go to the right. I don't think those settings are good at all. But if you go to the left of this line, this is more of a linear feeling. And more of a linear feeling means is literally any sort of input you put on your right joystick when you're aiming or moving, it's going to adapt that as soon as you input that value. So if you like more of like think of it as mouse and keyboard. If you were on mouse, just moving your mouse around, that's what linear is. So if you like that, you can put that more towards the left. But if you don't, so for this specific video, with the way I'm aiming, I do the best with standard. I'll go over per optic settings last. I do change these, so be on the lookout. So the yaw speed, pitch speed in this first category is just how you move left to right without aiming or anything. When you're running and you look, if you're turning, slide to like jump, turning, all this movement is this first little category. So if you like a quicker sensitivity, bump this up. I play at 470 currently. So 470 is how I view my character left and right. Pitch speed 200 is how I look up and down. I used to put these down more, but this part, again, this is all for your comfort. This isn't anything about your aiming. This will affect, however, how you control your centering, and centering is when you're moving, looking for a guy to shoot at, and boom, like when you're moving to where you want to aim in, like this portion is the really important part when it comes to the yaw speed, pitch speed. So it's just where you're comfortable when you're turning and then firing at someone. So for me, I play slightly higher than I think most people. So 460 is where I'm comfortable with this, and then the 200 is this where I'm comfortable with. I feel like I get a pretty good range of motion. I don't really get turned on too much, even when I'm playing in computer lobbies, PC lobbies, because I do play controller PC. So, but this all just feels natural to me. It feels good. I'm not turning too much to where I don't know where I am. So that's, again, all feel. Now when it comes to the aiming settings, like I said already, I don't use any sort of extra anything. I don't use extra pitch, extra yaw, any ramp up time, the delays. I don't use any of that. I don't think those are very important. I feel like if you just tune out these two settings to the rest of what you input is where you're going to find your absolute laser beam, freaking aimbot, whatever. So again, the yaw speed here, I currently play at 180 in my pitch speed. I've been changing this anywhere between 95 and 115. Now the top one again is when you're aiming and you move left to right. The bottom one is when you're looking up and down. I personally don't think you should be using the same number here. I think you should be having your left and right while aiming a little bit higher, because if you're tracking and your up and down is the same, I feel like when you're tracking you're going to be like this, and that's just not going to make you accurate. So I personally feel like if you have a higher yaw speed than your pitch speed, you'll be fine. But with these current settings, I'm currently in between 160 and 180 when it comes to the left and right, and I am between 95 and 115. Just depends on the day and how I'm aiming, but those are the numbers that I have been sticking with for probably about a month now, and I didn't want to put anything out that I wasn't happy with. In these settings, I have been straight beaming. It's been very good. But that's basically it. Oh yeah, and then my per optic settings. So here is where you can fine tune your aiming a little bit more. So with per optics, my 1 times the iron sight I have at 1.1. My 2 times I have at 1.3. 3 times 1.4, or 3 times and above I have at 1.4. This is, like I said, where I feel like you can even slightly more adjust your settings to what you're comfortable with and where you're getting the best potential aim at. So, but yeah, that's basically it. That's everything. Those are my settings, and I've just been absolutely, I've been kind of slaying out lately, and I'm really happy with these settings. We'll see if I make another video like this in the future. I keep saying I'm not going to, but then I end up making one and finding more settings out. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys do enjoy it. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them down below, and I will do my best to answer back. Follow the Twitch streams, twitch.tv/Erock if you're interested. Thank you guys for the support. And as always, we'll be seeing ya in the next one.